Thank you for inviting me over today for this proclamation. We know this is important. I think a lot of us have known people who have MS. MS is an incurable, progressive, and debilitating disease, and luckily it can be effectively treated, often delaying progression and keeping affected individuals in the workforce and productive members of our community. It is crucial that a diagnosis of MS with medications currently available to forestall progressive disability. Unfortunately, treatment is commonly delayed for an average of 2 years after the onset of symptoms, which in turn delays treatment. That the delayed treatment results in a lost opportunity to preserve neurological function. And that's why we as the county and our health promotion efforts want to increase awareness of MS as the first and most critical step in preventing or slowing the onset of disability. And I want to thank Dr. Morgan for his work to promote early diagnosis and treatment of this disease. If you get diagnosed early, it can really make a long-term difference in the quality of life, and it's really important that people do this. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. County Executive, and thank you to your HHS team for your leadership on this and so many other issues. MS is, of course, an extraordinarily challenging disease for more than 2 million people around the world, including thousands here in Montgomery County. And as you mentioned, early detection is so critically important. And although research has really improved and treatment has improved significantly as well, we know we have a long way to go, both in terms of education and holistic support for people suffering from MS. And I am so proud that our Commission for the People with Disabilities has been led so ably by Dr. Seth Morgan now for several years, who, in addition to suffering from MS, has also had some extraordinary challenges with his own health. Dr. Morgan, you look terrific. It is wonderful to see you, and we can't thank you enough for your leadership. Joining us also this morning are Kathy Kohler, Kathy Schenker, and Hillary Kaplan, who are all advocates and strong supporters of ensuring that our county provides all the resources that it can to support our residents who suffer from MS. Dr. Morgan, I'd like to turn it over to you to say a few words, and then the county executive and I will read this proclamation. Dr. Morgan.
Thank you very much, Council Member Albornoz, and thank you very much to the entire council for this proclamation and to Mr. Elrich for this proclamation. This is probably the most important week in terms of MS from my viewpoint the entire year. The reason being all the issues that you all have already raised, that there still is a delay in diagnosis of an average of 2 years after the onset of symptoms. And when I was first in medical practice as a neurologist, that didn't really matter very much because there wasn't much we could do. At this juncture, we have 22 different drugs available that in and of themselves do not cure the disease. We don't have a cure yet, but they all have the potential to forestall worsening and keeping all of us more active and more involved in our community. So it is so important that people consider MS, especially in a disease in which the doctors are having trouble figuring out what's going on. It often is an enigma to them as well, and it's a fair question to ask, could this be MS? Because the sooner it gets diagnosed, the sooner you get treated, and the sooner you have a chance of preserving function. And I greatly appreciate the efforts of you all to make awareness more of an issue for all of us here in the county. As you say, there are thousands of people in just this county with MS. There's 1 million approximately across the United States alone. And probably the worldwide estimates are underestimated, because if you have 1 million already in the United States, it's probably much more around the world. But thank you all very much for this proclamation.
Thank you, Dr. Morgan. We're also joined this morning by Shannon Wood from the Maryland National MS Society. Thank you, Ms. Wood, for you and your leadership and that of your organization. All right, Mr. County Executive, we're going to read this proclamation now. I want to make sure you have it up.
Whereas multiple sclerosis is a neurological disease of the central nervous system affecting nearly 1 million people in the United States and is a disease affecting residents and their loved ones in Montgomery County and the National Multiple Sclerosis Society Greater DC Maryland chapter provides educational and assistive support to our residents. And
whereas multiple sclerosis generally strikes people in the prime of their lives between ages 20 through 50, with the cause of this often debilitating and erratically progressive disease remaining unknown with no cure currently available. And
whereas for more than 75 years, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society has been committed to a world free of MS, heightening public knowledge of the disease and being a driving force of MS research.
And whereas the National MS Society has invested more than $1 billion in groundbreaking research in its relentless pursuit of treatments and a cure in order to stop MS in its tracks, and the mission of the society is one that all Americans and residents of Montgomery County should support. And
whereas Montgomery County, Maryland recognizes the importance of raising the awareness of MS to ensure timely diagnosis and treatment while striving to find the cause of and cure for the disease, and expresses its appreciation for the dedication to this goal that the National Multiple Sclerosis Society Greater DC Maryland chapter has shown, striving to create a world free of MS. And
now, therefore, do we, Mark Elrich as County Executive, Tom Hucker as Council President, myself as Council Vice President, and Nancy Navarro, who couldn't join us this morning, as hereby proclaim March 7th through 13th, 2021 as Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Week. In Montgomery County, we encourage everyone to learn more about multiple sclerosis and what they can do to support individuals with MS and their families. Thank you so much for your advocacy, for your leadership, and we look forward to partnering with you again in the future. Take care.
Thank you very much.